I'm going to bring you up to date here on this axle. The guys got it out today. A little torching and some other work, but they got it out. I want to show you some stuff here. Just how bad it really can get. So, bear with me. I don't know if you can see that. That hole is supposed to be round. Been floating around in there a while. And if you can see the top, I'll give you a shot. If you see the ridges right here, that's the original material height where it was machined flat. And there's actually supposed to be, there's a locating pin right here that aligns with the hole that they machine up into that gear frame. And this bolt is stud is stuck. You see this one has been snapped off forever. It's pretty grimy in there. You got a socket laying in here. That one has been broke off forever. But what the numbskulls did is they welded the nuts and the bolts onto the frame, so it appeared as if the bolts were good. Actually, it made it like a dowel. Whatever. So we had a long discussion with the, actually I was going to show you this, hang on one more second. I'm going to put a straight edge across there. Let's see if you can see. That was my knee. How far off that is. So just by looking at it, I'm going to go across. There's a good 1/4 to 3/8 of an inch of casting missing, gone, ground away. And then the next thing they did, we like to, it's normal procedure to open. It's normal procedure when you get one of these axles and you got to roll it out that you have to do what we call caging the brakes. Okay, it's just like on a big rig, only a lot different. You take this aluminum cap off, there's a bolt in there, you thread it in until it gets snug. These are under pressure all the time, so when this machine doesn't have any power, it doesn't move, it can't move. So we have to manually release these, and needless to say, the guys did that today, and got some rambunctious dogs in here. They did that today. Yeah, right here you can see the bolt. You turn it in, and then once you roll it out by hand, we roll this out from under the machine. It's no big deal, it rolls real easy. We like to release those brakes, so when you go to take these bolts out, the whole bearing doesn't spin, it locks everything together. Well, we did that today. The whole differential spun. So I had the guys take the cans off, as we call them, the can, pull the can off, turned in the adjusting screw to set the brakes, and lo and behold, we turned it all the way in and there was no brakes. So whoever owned this machine previous, there again, smoked the brakes in it. This whole section, what we did was today we ordered from Ponsse they call it axle support and all new brakes. So that's how we're going to fix this. I thought it wouldn't be as bad as it is, but it is. It's terrible. And so we're just going to replace both axle supports on either side of the diff, the seals inside. This bearing is probably mediocre. I mean, it at best it's got some life left in it, but we'll determine a little bit more later on. And what I wanted to show you here, let me grab the square. This is how we're going to fix this. This part isn't so difficult because it's steel. But there too, if you look, I'm going to put a square across where I can. I believe right about there is the original. I'm moving a little bit. I'm using two different hands here, but So what we can do in this situation is we'll weld overhead. Basically it's old school. You just got to weld these wore out areas. We have to weld this. This, you can almost tell where the factory edge was. And then what we'll do is we'll just re-square everything. Okay? It's not rocket science. It's a bunch of labor we don't really want to do. Yeah, right there it is. I don't know if you can see the gappage there, but it's just plain wore out. And there's cracks here, cracks here. So this thing has been wonking around in there for a damn long time. And so that's how we're going to fix it. We're going to get it back to, there it is. Let me do this. We're going to get that square again and get the dimension. When we get the new axle supports, we'll be able to get all the new dimensions off of them, put them up there. Even if we got to clamp them in place, we'll have our basically machined surface, our machined square part. Set it in there, fill it up at weld, get it all just perfect. Because that's what we like to do. And then he'll actually have working brakes. So I'm a guessing that if this was the only, that them there was the only brakes that was working. The machine stayed put when we jacked it up today, so I'm hopeful that he has at least brakes on the front end of this thing. And let me do a little backstory. The guy just bought this thing, got a really good deal on it. If only every guy buying a machine had a mechanic in his back pocket that we could drive around and we could, go and assess these, that would be awesome. There'd be a lot of these machines that would never get bought. But this is what happens in our world. Somebody's always trying to make the fast buck. They turn the machine, you don't know what you're getting because you don't know enough about it, and this is exactly what happens. So my little take on it is buyer beware always. I don't know if you got a buddy that's a mechanic or if you got somebody that knows more about machinery, take them along with you when you go to buy stuff. I don't know what he paid for it. It's not my business, that's his. I just know what we got to do to it, and it's not going to be cheap. And we could cover it up and band-aid it just like it was, but that's not how I operate, that's not how I roll. So we want this guy to go back to work and make some money and be productive and so on and so forth and yada yada yada. And here's I got the other dogs out. Come here, Ziva. There's my Ziva. She's a Labradoodle. And as I showed you to Leroy last night, he's not. He's a Moyen Poodle, so these are my pals. Yeah. So, all right. That's all I wanted to show you. That's enough, but I wanted to keep you all in, I wanted to keep you all in the circle. So we'll talk to you later. Thanks for watching. Hey, and tell your friends, tell your enemies, subscribe and like and all that other good stuff, and I'll be happy. Yeah, I'm never happy. Sometimes. Okay, over and out.